Buenas chavales, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo lo llevamos? A tope, a tope. Voy recuperando la voz. Soy un máquina. Esto ya empieza a coger el ritmillo aquí ya. O sea, ya hasta final de año con las charletas. Mira, aquí, algún comentario por aquí. Ese Hermida, aguantando última vuelta. Nos queda poco. Se oyen rumores, cantos de pajaritos que pronto salimos. Parece ser, y de una manera moderada, pronto vamos a salir. Así que aquí estamos esperando. Yo lo de siempre, ¿eh? Yo cuando corría así de verdad, iba de 0 a 400 vatios. Cuando estaba a 400 ya me era igual, ir a 400 que 450. Pues el confinamiento es lo mismo. Una vez has pasado el quinto día, sexto día, es que ya te es igual. Ir para adelante tirando. Así que vamos tirando con las charletas, como cada día a las 3 de la tarde. Y nada, también nos hemos adaptado a una cosa muy importante, la siesta. A mí ya no me entran tantos bostezos, ya no tantos. Así que la siesta, mira, algo que hemos controlado. Hemos aprendido una cosilla buena. A ver, hoy tenemos a un capo, jefe, capitano, de la barraca, a un jefe de la barraca como es Naef, el suizo Naef. Muchas veces eclipsado por Christoph Sauser, por Thomas Frischneck, por Nino Schurter, evidentemente, pero ojo el palmarés que tiene. Y yo tengo la gran suerte de que Naef es mi amigo íntimo. Nos conocimos allá por el 2003-2004 y vamos a hablar con él. ¿Dónde está metido? ¿Qué está haciendo? Recuerdos, anécdotas. Vamos a echarle una charleta con Naef, ¿de acuerdo? Así que vamos a ver si lo tenemos por aquí suelto. Lo vamos a hacer en inglés. Habrá que empezar a aprender un poco el Spanglish. Y mira, aquí lo tenemos. Ya tenemos aquí a Naef. A ver, ¿qué dice Ralph? ¿Qué dice Ralph? Ralph está por aquí. A ver, me ha enviado antes una solicitud. Vamos a ver si lo pillamos por aquí. A ver, Rafaelito, ¿dónde está Rafi? A ver, let me know, Rafi. Naef. Ok, vamos para allá. Vamos a ver si conectamos con Naef, enviando correctamente. Le envío una solicitud aquí. Aquí está enviando solicitud él también. Venga, vamos a ver si entramos a Naef, mi gran amigo del alma, mi gran guardián. ¡Hombre!
Capo!
Was ist da los, mi friend? Was ist da los? Wo bist du?
At home, sleeping.
Home?
Just after siesta.
I thought you were in a bar, or?
Yeah, in my own bar.
Café, your own bar, Tranquilo, relax.
I learn from you, I learn.
What's going on with this mustache? Here. This is in honor of your father, right? Your father had always this one.
Yeah, and did fall down from here. I had nothing here.
You fall down. It's a pleasure to see you. Hey, you are brown also. You are brown.
Yeah. We have a lot of sun. You know, I'm a Swiss Latino. I like the sun. You always told me.
Amigo, Swiss Latino. How is situation?
I hear. Oh no, I don't hear. Now I hear you. You asked me how the situation is.
Yeah, how is the situation in Switzerland? Is full quarantine? You have a little bit of freedom, or you can go motocrossing, or not?
No. Actually, we are really lucky. We have no lockdown. We can move around. We can train. We can ride our bikes. We can walk, but we cannot shop like you guys. We are always in the house or around the house, and we should not travel. So, but we have better situations than other countries. We can at least go for a ride or do something with the family outside, and can meet with maximum 5 persons at a time.
Amigo.
So, yeah, we're okay.
You can make barbecues, huh?
Yeah, for 5 persons.
For 5 persons, that's enough.
So it's enough for me. It's enough for me then. That's good.
That's enough. And it's a pleasure to see you since a long time. And I know that now you are pretty busy with your own team and riders, the calendar, organizing the calendar, and guiding the motocross career of your kids also. So we will come later on to talk about this. And do you remember the first time we met each other? No.
The first time...
No, never.
The first time we met or the first time we traveled together? It's not the same.
We traveled or we met?
The first time we met, I think... the first time we actually really talked was maybe in 2003 in Graz. After the race.
Exactly, after the race, when you won the European Championships. That was the first time I saw you. Well, I used to see a lot of Swiss guys.
Come on.
No, really. A lot of Swiss guys competing really strong. You, Fluky, the Fluky brothers in the Swiss Cup. But actually, the really first time that you really performed really strong, that was in Graz when you won the European Championships. The first time you won the Europeans.
Yeah, we talked after the race, and you told me you're going to join our team for next year, and you will bring some sponsors with you. You remember?
No.
And then I told you, exactly. You can come, but I'm the leader now.
Okay, move to the side, kid. Move to the side. I think that was you hit the table that day. You thought, okay, Hermida is gonna join the team, so I win the Europeans and then I'm the capitano.
I tried. At least I tried. No, but the first time we met was at Frischi Bike Challenge in Flims. You don't remember?
Exactly.
I followed you guys in the uphill, and I was almost dying. That uphill, I was a junior, and it was really cool to ride with you and Frischi up to the top there.
Exactly. That's a good souvenir, a good memory, amigo. You are not getting old. I remember we made all the way uphill. That it was a time trial, a chrono, and then it was most of the time was asphalt, gravel, and asphalt in the end, and then we joined the top of a big refuse, and then at that time you were riding a Koba bike, right?
That time, I don't remember, GT or Koba, something like this.
GT. Okay, there can be GT also.
GT, yeah. It was really 90, I don't know what year. But it was cool.
I don't know.
Many years back.
It was some year from the last century. From the last century. Yeah, exactly. That was the first time we saw it. Then the first time we talked about it was in 2003. Then I follow you, and then it came the big. You stepped really hard the table, and then you enter in the world mountain biking scene as a big capo, because winning the European Championships is like winning the World Championships actually, because it's a really high level in Europe. And then your big goal that year was the World Championships in Lugano, right?
Yeah.
Where actually you finished fourth.
I was lucky. Some guys in front of me had mechanicals, but there were some other guys in front of me there getting medals, which were far away from where I was being at that moment. So I was really, really happy with fourth place. It was a really cool race.
Yeah, you really impressed me that race. Actually, I finished 15, 16 with Julian Absalon. I got a big hammer. And that was a problem to get a big hammer in Lugano, because it was really, really, really tough course. And those are the kind of courses you really like. But you really impressed us in this season, actually in both racing in the European and World Championships, because you were pioneer in using a full suspension bike, right?
Yes.
And you used a really tuned bike, fucking tuning bike, super light. You have been always a freaky of materials, and that was something that you really believed on it, because was a full suspension bike from Hermida, LFX or something, really, really old one, but super tuned, huh?
But the best thing, I was not sure if full suspension or whatever, if would be faster, but I just wanted to have something unique. And we got that frame like 2 nights before the race. It came shipped to Austria, and the mechanic built it till 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just used the bike 2 days later. And the frame, actually, the frame including shock was 3.2 kilogram. 3.2. But the bike total was 10.3, 10.4. And there was no lockout. So we made like kind of metal into the shock just for the start.
That's the
just
turn.
for the start. And after
really?
the start, I removed it with my feet. After the sprinting and everything to the first corner, I removed it with my feet. And then I was on open full suspension for the whole race. Like,
Oh, that's a crazy one. And well, then the year after, I joined the Multivan Merida biking team. But
Unfortunately,
you and Gurrita, you were both the founders of the really successful after some years after successful Multivan Merida biking team. But you, Gurrita, and another girl, you were the pioneers, the founders of the team, right?
No, I was not like a pioneer. The team was existing, but it was a women team before. It was a women team, Gundrita, Irina Kalintieva, Sabine Spitz,
Yeah, exactly.
Anna Enochson, and many more. And for me, it was really cool to join a women team. You know?
A woman team.
Yeah.
It was a dream. It was a dream.
Yeah. It was like a dream coming true. And went there, and I think it was Philip Tavel. Tavel was already there, and but then it was not the biggest team or something, but with you joining and the success we had in the years after, it was becoming the biggest team in that period, and it was really cool.
Multi-category team, because we had women and men, and that was the beginning of the Multivan Merida biking team. Hey, you try to show me your coffee shop or what?
No, but I try to look good in the camera. You know?
Should I show you my my bureau? Yeah.
You have a bureau for what?
No, look at this. I have a chair. Hey, this is unbelievable. The Charletas, Charletas is a chat in the afternoon. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm making a lot of money with the Charletas,
Yeah?
Full of money. I bought a tripod for the camera, AirPods, a gaming chair. It's unbelievable. It's full money in this chat. You don't get money today, but this is how it works.
Nothing. Like always, nothing.
And now talking. Have you seen the picture from this morning? The picture I posted. From a fight. It was unbelievable. I had to save you that day. It was your death. If I don't save you that day, fighting with 7 guys in Spain, I had to save you.
Yeah, but they were not. It was in Portugal or in Spain.
It was in Spain, but near to Portugal. So you remember from where is this picture with the broken nose or something like this?
I remember. If I order 10 caipirinhas, then we have to drink it, and then you cannot escape. And you wanted to escape, and that's how I hold you back to come back to the discotheque. But but you were fine after, huh?
Yes. I was full of caipirinha, so I didn't feel the crash. I feel it the day after when we had to do the photo shooting for the team with the broken nose and everything. So that was the beginning of our relationship. I think that was a good start. What do you think? It was a good start.
Yes. I learned a lot.
To a close night. We didn't kiss each other. That's true. It was a good start of our relationship that is still alive, really alive. And so from all these years together, can you pick up a couple of moments from racing with the Merida biking team special for you?
Yes, I have some memories, and one of the best ones was in Taiwan with you for the Merida Cup in November, and Eunice, that nice girl working for Merida, she organized us a massage every day. One day acupuncture, one day for the neck, one day for the feet, and then one day was a body massage. And then you asked Eunice, hey, how long is the massage going to be? And Eunice, she said, why? Well, it's going to be 2 hours massage. and you know what you said? Fuck, I have not enough body for 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
You were kind of afraid.
With the hottest stones.
Yeah.
With the hottest stones. You remember? It was like, oh. I don't have enough body.
And we expected to be happy hour, but it never happened. Finally.
That's true.
Happy end. Sorry, happy end. Not happy end.
Happy hour. Taiwan was always a fighting race.
Yeah.
And then if I have to pick up two moments, now that I'm a little more quiet and more romantic, I pick two moments. Well, we had many moments, many moments to forget, and many moments to remember, that's for sure. From inside racing, outside racing, from whatever, all the situation, all the days I spend in your home, because actually you are my family, because I spend a lot of times in your home, in your bar there, making coffees. Actually, we will talk about coffee later. But the two moments I have to pick up is one in Monsantan, at the press conference, before I started the press conference, that you arrive, you finish your race after, and then you just arrive, get into, and then we got the hook and we start to cry together. That was a really big moment. I keep in my mind, because all the journalists, they just moved to the side and then they let us crying there like small kids. And then the second moment was some years after, 2 years after, when the star was you, when you won the World Championships in the Southfelden Sprint. I was exactly the same situation though. So you have to pick two moments. I think those are the really best moments, because a lot of people, they know us as a good friends, super good friends, sharing everything. But at the end, we were enemies in the races. Exactly? Or not?
Normally, I mean, actually, if I have to pick up a moment, it's not easy, because I think the whole time, the 9 years we spent together, it was just one of the best times in my life. And I hope also
again.
Yeah.
Was a game.
But enemies for me, never really. I mean, we have never been in a race fighting for a victory together, and we had to decide who win it. Or I mean, in small races sometimes, but in World Cup it never really happened that we were there together and we fight for the thing. It was, that's why it never felt like you never felt like an enemy. He was just my roommate. Was in the same race, and if he was successful, I was happy too. So
probably the only race we had to compete a little bit to each other was Canberra World Cup after the Olympics. After you missed your Olympics in Beijing, you couldn't go to the Olympics, and then you just hit the table again and then say, okay, this is I was in shape, and then 1 week after you win the World Cup in Canberra, then we were fighting for a while together, but at the end you just smash the race and then say, hey, ciao Hermida, go home.
No, that day you were not the enemy. That day I had no enemies. I mean, I was just so angry that day. I was so fucking angry. And I felt nothing. I don't remember the race, nothing. Just the time I crossed the finish line. And I mean, I didn't win so many World Cups. I was in this thing. I was not so strong. But that day it was okay. Not everyone was there. We also have to say this. But that day was like, you feel nothing, and you are so angry, and that doesn't work for a whole career. But at some point it works to be angry in a race. But to finish that, it was just really cool. 10 or 9 years with you, to have an enemy, but a guy to look up. I mean, you are just 2 years older, but you were much more experienced than me. Not in everything.
Not in everything.
You had really already chosen your wife and everything. So, but
exactly,
we could profit from each other. That was so cool.
Yeah, that's true. And if you have to pick probably it's too hard, but if you have to pick a bad moment in your career, some of the crashes, maybe.
A bad moment?
Not really. No, at the moment, you are satisfied.
I have never been there, and I will never go again. I forgot everything. That was bad. I mean, there were so many bad things, but in the end, I just remember I learned from the bad things, and I just remember the good stuff. I cannot change it anyway. I had some crashes, some really stupid ones, but it was always my fault.
It was always doing the monkey, or?
Yeah, always when you are too overexcited or something, like then you crash or you do a mistake. I was really famous for this, really well known. So still, sorry Merida for this.
Yeah.
And I did so many mistakes also. But yeah, I forgot everything.
Then, you closed your chapter after so many years in the Merida team. That was a hard moment also to split our ways. But you had a plan, and it was going to a Swiss team, PMC, and it was a tough decision to make, or you could make it more or less fast. Besides the relationship, you live in the back, but in terms of sport, it was a tough decision.
No, it was not. It was not really tough. There are some decisions in life where you just feel it, you have to do it. And I'm not a guy that think too many things, too much time about a certain thing. I just decided, and I wanted to do it. And I knew I had the best years with Merida, but it was time for something new. Time for new brand, new ambience, new goals. And yeah, it worked out pretty good for me. And it was really also cool 3 years with Merida. With the big couple there for me, Alex Moos, I learned a lot from this guy. I can tell you, he had a lot of experience as a team manager, and he pushed me to some. My body was not 100% anymore in this time with my back problems, but this guy, he pushed me to a lot of things, and he helped me a lot. So it was a really great decision to go there. And but I never really had, I never really looked back to the time with Merida, just with good memories. I mean, it was 10 years, and when I came there, I was the young guy, the amateur, the junior, and I grew there in this team. And then after 10 years, I mean, you came from Bianchi, you came from Scott, and you already had this experience. I still had to do to be in another place.
Can be that Alexander Moll was the guy that pushed you to make a decision at the end of your career and to become a team manager?
No, I always wanted to have my own team.
Yeah.
Still, already when we were with Merida, I always wanted to have my own team, to create my own team, and to do it like I would like to do it. And but I just could learn. I mean, we had great team managers in Merida, Andy Rotler, Fabian Aus, but then I could also profit from another guy and learn from him, and it was just a good thing to see it also from another side, from the road side, maybe a little bit more structured, a little bit more anarchy.
Yeah. So you are talking, and I really remember the times you were with us. Probably nobody told you before, but I think you are really a key part of the mountain bike sport in the last 15 years in the terms of developing bikes, because in the past everybody stick to the sponsors. In the past everybody got a brand, and okay, I race with this brand, but I should say, and we should say, thanks to you, in Merida, a lot of things moved thanks to your experiments. You made always in your garage, and you are a freaky of material, and always changing parts. In one way, the mechanics, they were always angry because every race you used to come with the Merida bike, but with a lot of different things, changed components, and always improving. And then in the first moment, everybody was like really angry. And then 1 week after, it was like the whole riders, they had the same light components like Naef, or, you were a pioneer developing bikes. And so this is something that now we could feel it with doing these things we could feel that you really wanted to create your own. You had your own path to run. It's because you study for this. You study for mechanics, or your background comes from mechanics,
nothing.
Engineer.
No, nothing. But I think I was never good enough to be the best in the world, just with riding skills and physics. So I tried to always have the best, the lightest, and the fastest bike, and I was spending a lot of energy into this to think about what can we do better, what is on the market, for sure we had sponsors. They were not always happy, or Merida was not always happy about this, but in the end it pushed a lot development for them. And
exactly,
the engineers, they hated us. You remember the talks we had. They brought something new on the market, and we already said, yeah, that's good, but we have to do it better for next time or for the next model. And they were just thinking, guys,
changing stickers.
Yeah, take the bike and ride it and shut up. I mean, it was not that we wanted to criticize them, but we wanted to have the best and fastest bike. And that was always a thing that pushed me. And to be honest, I tell you now, in the position I'm now, I hate these riders. You know, I give them the perfect material and everything, and they're always there and say, hey, can we not change this or try this? And I say, come on, fuck, ride your bike and
team manager.
Not train a little bit harder, but no, for sure, it's the sport we do is really important for the bike industry, that we develop new stuff. If not, there is nothing new in 2 or 3 or 4 years. So we have to be there and push and make the bikes faster, to make the courses harder and the bikes better and everything. That's our job in the end.
Exactly. And then right now you are, so after you finish your career, you finish in 13?
15.
15. Yeah. Winning the Swiss Cup. That actually was a goal for you, winning your country series, especially in Switzerland. Yeah. It's a really, really high level. So it was you closed your chapter there, and then went straight to a team manager with a Swiss brand, now also a Swiss brand, and now you are team manager at the Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, it was not really a big goal to win the Swiss Cup, but there was a big bonus from the team, you know. So it was
winning at home. It was a big bonus.
Yeah. It was for BMC. It was really important. That time, the Swiss Cup was like called BMC Swiss Cup. So. And we raced for BMC, so it was really cool. But yeah, actually it's true. I finished straight the season, the career in October. You remember, 24th of October, my last race together.
Exactly.
With you guys.
We were there for a celebration.
A lot of cadavers and everything. People in my town, they still talk about it.
Yeah, it was a good idea to make your last race or party. It was a good idea to do it in the firework house or whatever.
Always good ideas.
For the fire. It was a good idea.
Yeah. But straight after I think the 2 days after, I started to work for Stöckli took over the team management for the team, where with Yolanda, with Matthias, with Alessandra Keller, and it was really cool for me to step in there. No, Stimman came later. But you know, I thought, I'm going to be the best team manager. I know how to do it, and it's going to be so cool. And just tried it, did everything I could, and I did not even have time to think about what was before as a rider, how I stopped, why I stopped. I just went full gas into the new job. But the first year was really hard for me, you know. After the life as a pro, to work every day in the office, and to organize everything, to be responsible for everything, for every tire, for every flight, for every rental car, that the hotel is good for the riders and not the second best hotel, it must be the best one, and all this stuff. And I found out that it's not easy to handle this pressure, which is totally different pressure than having pressure before a race. Yeah. As a rider. So but was really cool, and I still love this job, and I still hope you come back with Merida with your own team.
That's a dream. That's a dream. At the moment, the situation is, well, worldwide, the situation is complicated. And then the first step is to get everybody a green flag to go outside, especially in Spain, in Europe. But it's something that I don't close the door. I don't close the door if I come with the team. But of course, if I come with the team, it's going to be much better than yours.
Sure.
And how is the situation of the team right now? Because you didn't start so much racing, right? Till now.
No, we wanted to start right that moment when the Corona hit Europe really hard. I mean, that moment was for everyone really bad. So racing, yes, at the moment is not important. We have to get all of us have to get through this situation together and get out of it as fast as possible, in my opinion. But at the moment, first we try to do as much as possible on social media to offer also the sponsors that we can help them, and we had a lot of requests. Now it's getting a little bit more quiet, but yeah, it's not so bad because, to be honest, it's really cool to have a little bit time with my family and at home, and I must say, I see life a little bit different after this break.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. And let us know about Tomus. Tomus is a Swiss brand based in Bern, if I'm right.
Yeah, based in Bern.
With many years of history, or?
Yeah, they started in the 90s with their own shop on a farm.
Okay.
They sold just bikes, like a bike shop, and then in the end, in 2000 they started to build their own bikes. They went to Asia like everyone and made their own frames, and they're building the bikes in Switzerland, custom.
Yeah.
You can have everything you want, like custom color, a custom bike, whatever, and they have everything in the whole range. They have enduro, they have cyclocross bike, road bike, cross country, hardtail, full suspension, e-bike, everything on a really high level, just carbon, and it's a high-end brand, and it's really cool to work with such a small brand and develop, especially for us, the fastest cross country bike possible.
That's interesting. And then you have beside that is your full-time work. You have two more passions. Well, family, of course, but the other one is coffee lover, coffee seller, coffee importer. Exactly. That actually, I must say also that you have been also pioneer in this topic in the World Cup circus, because first about tuning bikes and performing bikes, not the mechanics, the riders. So we talked before about this. Also about the coffee culture. The coffee culture, it came up just like this, from one day to the other day, like most of your things in your life that you say before, you don't think too much. You just get a goal and then you go full gas for it, you focus full gas for it. And then I remember the first time I met you had no culture of coffee. It was just filter coffee. And then suddenly we start to talk about coffee, something like this. Well, at least in the Hermida team. And then, bam, from one day to the other day, you became a coffee lover and coffee barista. And it was something you had before, or just came up like this?
You know who inspired me? Many things. Frischi. I went to Italy with Frischi, and actually with Sauser, I had my first espresso. My first coffee I had in Roc d'Azur.
In Roc d'Azur,
2002.
In France.
Yes, exactly. And it was such a nice feeling to have the caffeine working in my body that I took 2 or 3 espressos, and after this autumn or this period, I started to drink coffee. And then from Frischi, I learned a little bit the culture in Italy, in Tuscany.
In Massa Marittima?
Massa Marittima, the Italian coffee culture. And my father, he worked for Illy Coffee in Switzerland, or they were sending out all the stuff for these guys. So I bought the coffee machine, and the that was the start of it. I bought a really huge one at Chimbali first, and I just loved it and increased it. And in the end, I ended up to having a little company with my friend Michael Albacini, a road driver, and importing coffee from Italy.
So now, in these days, it's a good business importing coffee because everybody's home and there is not much to do, so a lot of coffee selling or not.
Yeah, it's always the same. We are not doing a lot of commercial stuff. We are just selling to our friends online. We are having some restaurants. Actually, one of the best restaurants in Switzerland has the coffee from us. And yeah, it's a hobby. It's a business, but on the other side, we are not earning a lot of money. But the best thing is we always have fresh coffee, good coffee, and the World Cups, there is always a big competition, and we try to have the best coffee in the World Cup pits.
Absolutely, you smash all the concurrents with your team, Radom. A couple of years ago, with having a chart, special coffee
trailer,
a chariot,
trailer one,
to hang around. And then your third biggest passion is motocross. It's hard time for a Swiss guy, being motocrosser.
Really hard. We always have to go to Italy or to Germany or to Austria or to Liechtenstein to train. But motocross was the reason why I started cycling. I wanted to be a motocrosser, and I couldn't afford a motorbike, so I went training with the mountain bike to be ready if I can buy a motorbike, to be in shape and everything. So I started to bike, and in the end I had no more time to buy a motocross bike. And with 32 years old, I bought my first motocross bike for myself and for my son, a little PV50 when he was just 3 years old. And we started that together. And you know who built the first track in my garden for my kids?
I was not there.
No, it was Rudy van Hout and you.
The first pump track in your garden, it was me and Rudy, or Rudy and me, and you were watching from the outside and just serving coffee, no? And then Rudy and me full sweating, making the corner, So it's still alive,
sure.
The pump track or not?
No, we have a new one, but the kids, they are not using it that often anymore, but they killed it now a little bit with the motorbike because we cannot go to ride somewhere, so they ride a little bit in the garden. So the pump track is not a pump track anymore, it's more a supercross track, but it's destroyed. My garden is destroyed.
Amigo. Listen, there are some comments here. You have a good reputation in Spain. Listen, there is a couple of comments. Like one guy say, hey, tell us something about parties in Mallorca. I don't know. What have really been there? I don't know. One guy says about parties in Mallorca, but we have never been in parties in Mallorca.
I've never been there. No.
No.
Mallorca.
No. And then another guy says, what's your coffee brand? San Salvatore or
Caffè Passione?
Caffè Passione, Robert.
Caffè Passione.
Exactly.
But you can find it also in my Instagram. You can find the homepage.
Perfecto. Amigo. And so you are motocrossing with your kids and 3 kids, huh? All three passionate for motocross, huh? No mountain bike.
They like mountain bike, but for the moment, the 2 boys, they are doing motocross. They do some races, and the little girl, she's 8. She also tries to follow them. And but it's more, we are doing races, but for us it's more the family thing. We enjoy to travel together with the camper, to be on the weekends on some tracks and train together, and spend the time with the kids, and it's just a really cool thing for us. And then in the second priority, it's the sport, so they can decide in the future what they would like to do, or if they do sport or not. But we had a great time together till they can decide it.
Amigo. Good, amigo. Any plans for the end of the calendar or not yet? No information.
Yes, I have a plan now because they canceled the World Cup in Walnord.
Andorra.
I'm not getting back the money for the flights to Barcelona. So I as soon as I can, I fly to Barcelona and visit you. And I have so many tickets. I will come with my whole family, grandfather, everyone. And in your new house, there is space, or?
Yeah. We have space enough. Special. The only problem is that maybe you arrive here and then you have to stay 15 days in quarantine in the dog's house, and then after 15 days, then you get out and then we can have a barbecue together.
No problem.
Confidential. So, but there is no, not really a calendar at the moment. So your riders, they are just doing like everybody, training at home, rollers, a little bit like kind of a pre-season feeling, right?
Yeah, we are back in January or even in December probably. We don't know it exactly. So I'm not making any plans at the moment because everything we do now, it's just rumors and theoretics, and we don't know exactly what will happen. So I stay away a little bit from the normal media, and I'm just waiting for the instructions of our government and waiting till they decide if we can race or not, if they open the borders, if we can travel. And but yeah, we have to stay quiet and we have to stay calm and just be patient.
You take it as a break after 20 years. Full flama or full racing, full manager. So you take it as a present to stay a little bit more time with the family and making some office relax.
I mean, I'm not taking it as a present because for sure it's not an easy time and there are some people suffering on it. But I just try to do the best out of it, best we could do. And if we are negative the whole time, it won't help anyone. So we try to make it as positive as possible, and I think my wife, she knows me the last 4 years, 4 weeks. Now she knows me a little bit better. We spend more time than ever together, but still working pretty good, and just making the best out of it.
that was a good one to double check if it was a good decision long time ago to accept Connie or not, huh?
Yeah.
Or she accept you,
She accept.
So
she decided,
It's a syndicate, the owners of the home, owners of the home. So amigo, I let you go. It's 43 minutes. I convinced you last week that it's gonna be only 30 minutes, but you know that I talk. But I'll let you go, and then you as my best friend. So I have to say thanks for attending and thanks for the chat. So you're looking pretty brown, pretty good, and you are even making the camera in the position to looking like a model.
No, man, I have it in my hand because I have nothing to put my mobile phone on. So my hand is getting really tired always, so I have to change my hand. So I'm moving like... No, but I have... Before we finish, one thing. Like, first, thank you that I could join this show after Fubic and everyone was already here, But I know, I really appreciate that. And then I have an idea for you for your future.
Tell me.
You should do after every World Cup race, if there is going to be a World Cup race, one day there will be one, you should do a Sunday evening show or Monday morning and analyze the races and tell what you think about, like that you saw that Van der Poel was exploding like a potato or
like
whatever,
a frog in a highway.
Sense of yeah, exactly, like with your sense of humor. And I think you would have a lot of viewers, including me, and everyone. Even if you tell something under the chest, like everyone will understand, and so that would be something really cool. And I hope you're going to do this.
So that's the problem. It's a really good idea, but I'm really afraid of myself to don't use a filter, because when I start to feel really comfortable with the situation, then I lose my filter, social filter, and then I can say things that sometimes if people don't know me really close, they think, "Whoa, this is too much." But it's always a sense of humor and not making fun out of someone. It's just having fun to pass the bad moment. No, but it's a good idea, really good idea. Naef, I like
channel. Okay.
Amigo, say hello home, the kids, Levin, Janice, Lenia, Connie.
You too.
Hello to Papi and Mami. And I hope to see you soon, okay?
Yes. Hey, you too. Say hello to Sandra, everyone, Eric,
kisses.
Sandra, and then we talk soon.
Yeah, kisses. Ciao, amigo.
Thank you. Bye-bye. How I get out of here?
I kick you out. Like always.
Okay, good. Perfect.
Ciao.
Perfect.
Ciao.
Okay. Ciao.
No, go. Go away.
Oh, fuck.
No, go away.
Can I move?
Go. I kick you out.
Hey, you...
Not. Pues aquí tenemos a Ralph Naef. Poco cortadito estaba el tío, porque las hemos vivido gordas, las hemos sufrido gordas y hemos llorado muchísimo juntos. Ya sabéis que yo soy de lágrima fácil y es mi mejor amigo, mi gran amigo. Ahora con caminos completamente separados, pero cuando tenemos la ocasión de poder vernos, nos vemos. Así que ha sido un placer tener a Ralph Naef, un grande. Fijaros, que tiene el tío 8 medallas en los campeonatos del mundo, 8, no 1, 2, 3, no, 8 medallas en campeonatos del mundo, campeón del mundo maratón, campeón del mundo de sprint, segundo en el campeonato del mundo de cross country, tercero en el campeonato del mundo de cross country en Dalby Forest, en Fort William, perdón, y 11 medallas en campeonatos europeos. Ojo, ¿cuál es la putada? Que se ha visto eclipsado por Nino Schurter y Christoph Sauser. Pero es el crack de los cracks. Y sobre todo le debemos mucho a él en el desarrollo de las bicicletas, porque como decíamos en la charleta, ha sido un grande en inventar, en poner en apuros a los ingenieros, a los equipos, porque siempre aparecía con componentes nuevos, los compraba, se los pagaba de su bolsillo, y al final el equipo estaba ahí como que... y al final acabamos todos usando, y ha hecho mucho por el desarrollo de bicicletas y componentes Mérida, y luego en BMC también ha hecho un gran trabajo. Así que, grande Ralph Naef. Aplausos, aparece por aquí. Mañana charleta con Hermida. Tenemos uno de habla hispana, castellano, porque he visto que ha bajado un poquito la audiencia, así que mañana volvemos a remontar la audiencia, y tenemos a un grande del motor, grandísimo del motor, que ha vuelto a estar de actualidad este año en Navidades, porque corrió el París-Dakar. La primera vez que lo hacía en coche, y no pilotando, sino que lo hizo de copiloto. Pero antes de eso, lo ganó muchísimas veces en moto. Mañana vamos a hablar con el gran Marc Coma, campeón del Dakar en infinidad de ocasiones, director del Dakar, director de KTM y copiloto de Fernando Alonso este año en el Dakar. Le vamos a explicar cómo le ha ido la experiencia con el coche, si le ha molado, si va a repetir, evidentemente, y si se entrena mucho en bici, que me consta que el tío es un máquina en bici también. ¿De acuerdo? Así que nos vemos mañana.